will be for the month of November, December, and January. And then we've got just sort of a general aspect that would be coming in for the coming year for 2024. This particular read is going to be paying homage to my little kitty, Peppercorn, because he is not well. And I am hopefully he'll be here with me in spirit. So in the future reads. But anyway, just wanted to get into it here. So, what I'm looking at here is the 3 different months, as I mentioned, as well as just sort of a general synopsis of what's coming in here. So, currently in the month of November, there is something that is coming through here that is going to lead to some form of happiness. So, something is going to delight you in a particular way that is going to bring you a certain level of fulfillment. So, happiness meaning there's enlightenment, there's illumination, as the card depicts. There's something here overall that is helping you to feel um, a little more joy, a little more hope, a little more promise in the world for the month of November. Either way, this could be goodwill being extended to you. This could be a gift coming in of some sort, but it is going to be something that helps to broaden your horizons or gives you a little bit more hope, as I said, and it's more of an expansive energy, happiness. So it's infectious, and this could be something as well that you're also going to be expanding and carrying out with other people. But either way, there's a sense of joy in this month, in the month of November. There's also the card of simplicity. And there's also a sense with that you are really trying to break things down into sort of some of the basics. You know, the things that we feel we need in life, you're starting to really break it down into what you really think is most important. Simplicity is also around that level of the card of happiness. So there's something sacred in getting clear on what matters. And it is, again, it could be clearing your space, decluttering, all of that, but there's a sense of wanting to rejuvenate and kind of innovate, you know, in a very simple way. So this is where you're no longer allowing a lot of your time issues to be restricted. You know, you're opening yourself up to things that will bring you happiness, you know, memories versus things, that kind of thing. This could be reconnecting with others on some level as well in the month of November, but there's also something here about just purifying your surroundings and really creating more of an atmosphere where you can sort of float through, you know, a situation versus shifting things around and able to accommodate for an activity or to accommodate for a space or to, you know, create something, you know, by going off premise. You know, you're really looking at your space as something more sacred to you, and the memories that you're able to build with that seem to be kind of prominent. In the month of December, we have a truth of some sort that's coming through. So this could be something that it creates a level of stillness within you. So it's almost like whatever this truth is, it is communicated to you, most likely in speech, because that is what this card generally dictates. But it's also something about you're getting clear on things in your life, and that's helping to kind of revitalize you and, you know, creating some energy in your world in the month of December. So it's basically following your inner truth and living your life more authentically, that kind of thing. And as I said, it's helping you to find some level of inner peace, which seems to be a very strong, resonating message that's coming through for both November and December. So stillness is that place where, you know, where you have been maybe feeling a little bit frozen or something's not moving ahead and you're waiting for some kind of a change. You want something to open you up and have you feel alive again. But somehow, you know, the surface of things has kind of left you in a position of feeling bogged down, where you haven't really been able to step back from a situation. So in this time, I feel like this is where you're getting clear in the month of December. You're looking at how to step back and just be still and not overdo, not overburden. This is more of you connecting to yourself, higher self, all of that. But it's also a time of waiting and just allowing things to incubate and, sort of thinking things through before you move into a new space. So, and expand again. So, this is kind of December. Sorry, calls coming through, guys. I should have put that on mute anyway. So we also have in January, there's something here that's going to lead you to a level of success. Now, the success is going to be around some kind of transformation, whether this is around you or another person. There's something here that's coming through that is allowing you to feel like you're moving into more of a rich cycle. So there's something that's growing or rapidly changing. And again, success, whatever that means to you, doesn't necessarily have to mean money, but I definitely feel like there is going to be some blessings coming through because we do have that card in the new year here also as a part of that picture. So I feel like this is where you're starting to get some kind of a message that the success is at hand, or that there is going to be some kind of satisfaction or fulfillment that's up ahead, and you're just waiting to expand on that. So again, this is something that I feel is going to be occurring fairly rapidly, because it feels like you've been in a certain level of transformation over this period, going through simpleness and stillness and all of that. There's been sort of a build up to this particular card. So again, when we get to the card of transformation, there's something very huge here where you're manifesting something. So you're really able to kind of bring something into the material world. And again, it is inner transformation as much as it is external transformation, but butterflies are also considered very good luck. So there's something here around a wish, where something is going to be granted, and it's a sense of renewing yourself here as well. So it's also, we've got a lot of blue here, so there's a lot of calm, there's a lot of purple, there's a lot of spiritual connection. There's grounded energy here as well with the black, and I just feel like overall a lot of the things that are going to be coming in for the year 2024 are going to be life changing. And the card that comes out for 2024, of course, is the card of blessings. So there is something that's coming in for the new year that's really going to be life altering. I feel like this is going to be something that maybe you didn't anticipate. It's not quite a card of abundance, but a blessing is something where you feel, that something has been bestowed upon you because of, something that was sacred, something that it's making you feel as though there is like a deeper meaning to it. Abundance in itself can be just more of, more, how do I say, actual things coming in material. But blessings is when you're somehow really connected to this, and you feel like this is divinely sent. This is where you're getting a message. This is where it's spiritually opening you up, and somehow, somehow reconnecting you to life, I would say, something along that line. And then below that, we also have the card of love. So it does seem to be around a love connection. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but certainly there seems to be greater bonds in this period, for the period of 2024, where you're starting to realize that you're more connected to, your friendships or to family, that kind of thing. And it just feels like everything is a lot more powerful and based in truth. And it almost feels as though, that is the blessing, is that you have really good connections and people coming forward to, to connect with you in some way. So whether you're going to their home, or they're coming to your home, whatever it is, it's something growing here, and it's about, it's increasing your self-esteem as well. So we also have the card of inner peace, and that again is a very strong thread to all of this. So there's something here about, as you're going forward, there's a certain sense of feeling whole again. And this is where you're watching the dragonflies overhead, because this is that space of, lilies grow in many countries and they have a lot of meanings. So, but a lily definitely has a very enduring kind of meaning behind it anyway. So it's out of the darkness, as the card depicts, things kind of, out of the mud, things start to arise, and you're starting to realize that there is beauty in the world, that there is good things that are coming through here. So there's something around loving connections that people are starting to reach out to you more. You're reaching out to them more. And you just have to be patient. This is a time where things still need to kind of manifest, things need to clear the air, because patience is where there is a dense fog. So this is where your emotions and anything that is muddling a scenario around connections or around romance or friendships, whatever. This is where that still has to be kind of dealt with. So there is a bit of confusion around it, and things have to clear. Basically, so this is where you can't really see what's ahead, because you can't see where the light is coming from. You just have to fly. You just have to surge forward and kind of use your intuitive sense to sort of figure out, how to emerge in this place. But it's all about using your imagination and your intuition, and definitely about creation. Everything around creation. This is individual. Creativity is your individual expression, it's how you show up in the world. So, whatever it is that you're able to expand, um, it's something that it, like, creative outlets, doesn't have to be painting, art, whatever, that kind of thing, but you can creatively do things in business, you can creatively do things, expressing yourself in music or whatever. But either way, the guardian is the oak tree, and that is protection, that's wisdom. You have wisdom, you have strength to be able to get through, and persevere here. And the roots are dating back years. This is what the card indicates, that a lot of this information, or the things that you're drawing on, is very wise old wisdom. So this is something about, um, you can attract things to you as well, because this is also feeling a sense of vitality. This is also a sense of strength. And as I mentioned, it's a symbol. It's a symbol of traveling to, the inner world of the oak. The oak tree has um, quite an extensive lifespan. Okay, and has many wisdoms to share. So then we're into the card of leadership. So in this new year, there is going to be a role where you're going to have to step up to, or you're going to be in a position where you're going to be a lot more, there's going to be a lot more responsibility on you. So whether this is, in terms of a career, or in terms of, other people relying on you, either way, it does represent, that you're ready for, you're ready to take on more. And so because of that, there is more of a rise in, sorry, more of a rise in your, uh, I don't know if I would say status necessarily, but because it's more of a directional card, leadership is someone who has, the guidance to move in a particular direction. So it does feel as though you're in a position either where you're a teacher or a healer, or you're showing up in the world in that way. But in that same light with the bear, you don't hold back. This is you pursuing your dreams, but it definitely is seeing a clearer way of taking hold of a situation, and that is increasing your power. So, of course, the card of power is an indicator that you're rising in strength or wisdom and positioning of some sort. So, your status is moving up in some way, not necessarily high recognition, big media presence necessarily, but it definitely indicates that there is going to be you thrusted up into some kind of a position where it's a position of prominence. So, again, there's something here about, you activating something even around your emotions, because it's allowing you to, people are looking at you in a different way. So, this is where you're feeling more courageous, you're standing up for yourself, you're writing words with great meaning and that kind of thing. But it's also about feeling a lot more noble. That, I am who I say I am, that kind of thing. And then we've got the card of thriving. So you're really in a space of being able to thrive in this level of potential. So something is starting to change for you, because there is an atmosphere of, there being a lot more uh, that's been absorbed through the time, because this is the tree of life here with thriving. Because the African savanna is where the tree of life, the baobab or baobab tree, however that's pronounced, exists. So it is something that's over 200 million years old, and it's adapted, survived, and thrived in the harshest of environments. That's what the card indicates. So again, this is still something that is telling me that you are in a position now where you've got a lot of rich information, rich resources, things around you that you can draw upon, and now it's just a matter of enacting the plan. So it's really about you being a survivor, but you're not just a survivor, because you don't just survive, you use your situation so that you are, whatever has challenged you in the past here is also now the very same things that are helping you to thrive. So you're moving into an energy of strength because you're stepping beyond the challenges. So this is a place where you are actually more powerful, and there's a kind of wildness about you, a certain level of I wouldn't say uncertainty, but certain level of trying to find the right word for that. Um, Strength as in the wild, like when you think of a wild animal, when you think of a lion, that kind of thing, or a panther, there's a certain comfort. There's a certain way that they carry themselves. There's a certain level of uh, in the way that they strategize. There's a certain level of the way that they position themselves in a situation. And I feel like those are all the elements that you're sort of taking on in this period here in the new year. You're not acting, you're acting fiercely when you need to be fierce, but you're also acting when the opportunities, kind of play themselves out. So it's not like it's something you're uh, running for. It's more along the lines of I act when I need to act. And because of that, I'm coming off much more confident. So, the card of miracles, this is after the storm. That's when the rainbow appears. So, no matter where you are, this is something about, where most people would sort of stop and kind of on look at the rainbow. This is a part of the aftermath of a lot of tears or a lot of difficulty, a lot of challenge. So, of course, it's still in around that time of, almost double blessings, because I see there's two rainbows here. So, this is double blessings, I would say, that are coming through from spirit. So, there's something that is going to be coming through in this new year that you would consider a blessing or a miracle, and you will know that it's a miracle. You'll know that it's a divine thing that's coming to you because of the way it's coming in. And this is where good fortune can manifest as well. Okay, so that's what I have for you. So again, we go from miracles in 2024, you thriving, you being confident and being in your power, you being in a position where you are your own best friend and you have a certain level of authority. People come to you. You are protected. There is also a certain level of patience that you are displaying. And there's a certain inner peace now. There's a calm within that seems to be coming through because you are more connected to those around you. And this is also where a lot of the blessings are going to be coming through. But there is definitely multiple blessings coming through. So again, in January, it looks like there is something here that is a success that's coming through, where there's a deep transformation, whether in you or another person. Something is going to be healed there, and there's going to be a regeneration, but there are further blessings out. And like I said, you have the double rainbow. So I feel like there's at least two more for sure that are going to be showing up. But even with the feather, I still feel like this is spirit speaking to you in feathers, coming to you, so that you are noticing that this is going to be something divine that's coming in. And of course, the dolphins do represent happiness, and they're very smart, very intelligent animals. So but they're very peace loving, and they always look after their family or look after those around them. And it just feels like all of that connectedness is really what's coming about. And it's all based on truth, your inner truth, your clarity, because you're now becoming much more still within and slowing things down and realizing what matters. So again, paying homage to my kitty. And this is from a dear friend of mine who made him. This is peppercorn, and peppercorn is right beside the crystal of power, and it's a healing energy. So hopefully you all feel that same healing energy, and looking forward to 2024. Keep moving forward.